Hello everyone and welcome back to a rather rainy day. Now, we have had a few days off because there wasn't really much to do. However, we did do some logging today off screen. I did also fertilise this last field. You can see we've also got some grass that's ready for cutting. However, as it's raining, can't do anything with it today, so that's going to be waiting for another day. However, interesting news. It is now harvest time. So very soon, these 3 fields here should all turn to harvestable. Exciting. For now though, we need to get this last tree into here and we can go over and put it into the sawmill. I have got a new toy. Now this was something I mentioned in the last episode. If I hit Alt and right click, you see at the bottom of the help menu there's a meter. We can now make sure that we cut the logs to the same length because, or roughly the same length. I measured the trailer and about 10 meters is acceptable. So we'll take it up to 20. There we go. And that is now everything logged. Perfect, right? Excuse me. There we go. I could see that it was still there. So, like I said, let's get this last tree loaded up. And then we'll take this over and get it all sold. You can see the destruction in this area. I have taken a lot of trees out. Now, which way round? That way round. Just got to make sure I do it in the right place. I think I probably need to nudge this tree so I can check where the centre is. Yeah, there we go. I want to make sure that I pick it up in the centre, really. I'm going to do it this way, the same way we did it last time, because this actually worked rather well. Go. So now we can do that. Tilt it up and there we go. Hopefully today there will be no craziness. I would like there to be no craziness at least. Well, let's see. So, because of the size of this guy, whoa, we're going to have to drive. Can we get over there? No, he's a bit too big. That stump is a bit too big, so I think we'll have to go around the other side. So far, this seems quite stable though, which is good. There we go, here we go, here we go! Oh, no. There we go. That's better. Now I just need to change the volume actually. I've realised I'm in stream volume mode, which is 80%. People can't hear the vehicles in the stream, but in the videos it seems to work a bit better. So let's get that off, and hopefully, if we back away, should find. There we go. We can just give it a little nudge. Perfect! That worked well. Aren't you impressed? And it's the right size for the trailer, which is always good. So let's get this second one. And it's a little bit too far. Whoops. I'm just messing around here, apparently. There we go. And lift him up, please. There we go. That should hold him in. And I think we're better off going around the other side again. That seemed to be a little bit easier. Gonna have to get a stump grinder in here very soon. We're also going to plough this area up. Now that might seem a little strange because of what I'm about to say next, but we are going to plough this area up and then reseed it with grass. That's because this is going to be a new placeable area for the farm. So it works best if, of course, yeah, there we go. Works best if it's fresh grass. That is quite literally the only reason that I'm going to do it this way. I think that this final piece, oh yeah, you know what, let's not even bother. We can do that ourselves. So, just get round here, spin it round, without smacking ourselves in the head. Is that up? That is up, okay. And unfasten, fasten. Perfect, so let's go and turn this guy off. We will leave this tool here actually, again. We're going to have to move the tractor, but we probably won't need to move it today. So I'll just leave that there for now. Put the handbrake on. And we're going to go and take this guy over to the logging, the sawmill area. So once we've dropped these off, we will be sleeping. And tomorrow morning, I am very hopeful that we should be able to start harvesting something. Even if it's just grass, doing some hay, we should be able to do something tomorrow. Very, very hopeful it will actually be a harvest of a crop. But we shall have to see. I'm not quite sure yet. But it's looking good. The weather forecast for tomorrow is, I believe, also good. We'll double check once I've parked up and dropped these off. So let's just swing out a little, because this guy has got a very poor turning circle. But luckily for the dolly, we were able to get the trailer around quite easily. And now we can go and drop this lot off. We should really try and use the crane at some point, but not yet, I don't think. We'll do it at some point, like I said. Okay, so that is 99,000. Very nice. 98,000. It's going down pretty quickly. Where is the thing? Where was it? It was somewhere around here. There we go. 98,000, so we've got a lot of boards. That's going to be useful for later on. Now, the weather. So tomorrow's weather, sunny all day. Sunday, a little bit of rain, it looks like. So tomorrow is going to be a really, really important day for us to try and actually get some crops harvested. Come on. No, wrong way. We were doing so well then. Or I was doing so well at least. Because I'm not very good with dollies. I have to say, I'm actually impressing myself here. Okay. Let's go back to the farm. And I will see you in the morning, bright and early, ready to hopefully do some harvesting. Right then. Unfortunately, the plants aren't ready to harvest. It's a shame. I really thought we'd actually be able to get some harvesting done finally, but alas, not today it seems. So instead, what we're going to do is we're going to feed the cows. That's the first thing. They do need a little bit of food, as you can see right here. The cleanliness will jump back up in a second. I've just cleaned them out. So let's empty this guy. And we can have a quick check of how the cows are doing as well, in terms of how many we've got and things like that. So let's have a look. So we've got 19 cows. We've got these 2 babies. We've got a male Holstein. Ah, yes, that's the newborn one. Strange to have a male Holstein, but we'll sell it eventually. We've got a couple of females that are pregnant yet again, and a couple that are not fertile because they're newborns, as well as these 2 which are now mature, not yet ready to give me babies apparently. The sailors, whatever, 701 kilos, so they are looking like we could probably sell them. Let's have a look. If we hop out and go over here, how much can we sell the male Holstein for? 524. That's not bad, considering it's free. And the 2 male sailors, about 720 euros of profit on each one. It's okay. It could be better. So what we're going to do today instead, I'm going to show you the crops. So we've got here a little bit of withering going on, which is very unfortunate. This field here is grass. It is ready to be harvested. It is also got a very small patch of something that's growing. Don't know what that is. And it's been fertilized. So this is obviously going to give us plenty of hay. The weather, oops, is looking good for today. For tomorrow, not so good. So maybe today isn't the right day to cut it for hay. Maybe it is. What's that? That's about 6 hours of rain. Oh, this is difficult. Maybe. Today we should take a day off again. I mean, I don't really want to cut that grass and put it into silage again. I'd rather put it into hay. It's difficult. I think we'll have another day off, and so in that case, we'll shut the tractor down. We'll go and enjoy our day off. Maybe we'll go to the pub. Maybe we'll go and sunbathe. Who knows? And yeah, we'll hopefully tomorrow we can do some harvesting. So see you in the morning. Okay, so we've just had 2 more newborns overnight, which is fantastic news. Here we go. Another 2 females. We are quite lucky actually. Most of the babies have been female. We've only had the 1 male, which is going to help. The Ayrshires, now, we had less of them, so we've had less children, which makes a lot of sense. Cleanliness, again, is going to go back up. I've just fixed that. The chickens, they've got plenty of food. Oh, and they've had some more babies. Excellent. But they're both males. So far, the only... for goodness sake. They've all been male. Ugh, ridiculous. Right. The weather forecast. So, it is ready to do sunflowers soon. It is going to rain, but I'm going to take the chance because I'm a little bit annoyed that it didn't actually rain overnight, which means that we could have done the mowing. It's very, very annoying, to be perfectly honest. Of course, if this was a normal game, I could cheat. There is actually a way of cheating a little bit. What's going on here? Okay. There we go. Yeah, there is actually a way of modifying the weather, but because it's seasons, that doesn't work. So you're actually completely at the mercy of the weather. However, we can't be waiting forever. We need to get this grass cut, because I want, really, to get it cut a second time this year. And for that to happen, we need to just crack on. So, to get that time back up, we will get over to the field. We can go this way, actually. And yeah, we'll get over there, and we'll get everything unfolded. And we'll get cracking straight away. And unfortunately, it's going to be a little bit boring, but this is going to be everything we do today, I think. So let's get that guy down, and this guy down, and let's get some grass mowed. Now that is a really good quantity that's coming off of there. Oops. An absolutely staggering amount, to be honest. I did not expect to have that much coming off. I am quite surprised. However, I'm not surprised at my driving. I don't really know how I'm getting it so badly wrong. Shouldn't really be that close to the trees. There we go. So we will just leave this out. Perhaps I will windrow it into the centre, just so it's away from the edge a little. Or we could just leave it completely. I'm not really sure what is for the best, to be honest. And you'll notice that so far we've had no time lapses. I don't think there will be any time lapses in today's episode, because there's just not enough to do, to be honest. So I'm going to have to talk to you, which is unfortunate for you guys, not so unfortunate for me. Well, possibly unfortunate for me, because I have to think of something to say all the time, which can be quite tricky, to be honest. But yeah. You have to listen to me for the entire episode, waffling on. But yeah, we're going to get this field mowed. Then, of course, I am rather desperate to do some actual harvesting. As we lost all of last year's crops, I really don't want that to happen again, and I want everything to be okay this year. But it's not really up to me. I am at the mercy of the weather and the plants themselves. Hopefully, with the bit of rain that we had in the last 2 days, we shouldn't have any more withering. I've got a feeling it was to do with drought. But we have had rain, so hopefully that should be fixed now. So we're going to go around here a couple of times, just to make it a little bit easier later on. Of course, the cows, we are getting more and more of them, but they still don't actually need that much food. They need feeding every day, of course. That's the idea of seasons, that you have to feed them every day. Or at least once every 2 days. But our mixer does have enough food, enough capacity for us to do it without having any real issues. We don't have to keep refilling every single day. That would be a pain in the bum. But I am very impressed with the amount of grass that we've got here. It is going to dry out very quickly, I think. It's nice weather today. This morning it says it's a plus. Only 1 plus though, not 2. When there's 2, it's even better. And I've also left the time on ×15 because although I skipped 2 days, I do want time to progress quite well. Just because it will be, of course, much better for us getting towards the harvest. You know, the more time we progress, the closer we get to tomorrow, and hopefully tomorrow will be the day we can do a harvest. Who knows? That is the dream. Of course, the dream is not always going to happen. And I think I am going to windrow this in. It's a little bit too close to the edge in certain areas. So we'll windrow it and then we'll TED it. Obviously with the weather being plus, we probably don't need to TED. But I think it's a good idea to do it. Also it gives us something else to do in this episode. So far all we've done is dropped off some logs and yeah, that's pretty much it. It's not been the most exciting episode. I'll accept that. I'll take that. Fortunately with seasons it actually becomes quite difficult to plan an episode. On Stone Valley I know what's going to happen, and if the weather's rubbish, you know what? I can just change it. On here, not possible. So yeah, it's a little bit easier when it's not seasons. Seasons, you basically give control of your series to Realism's modding, which I like. But it is quite difficult for recording a YouTube series. But it's not. It's not bad. It's just an extra challenge, an extra difficulty, something else to try and overcome. Which Seasons is challenging enough on its own. As we discovered last year when every single crop failed. That was an absolute disaster. And amazingly it happened in a live stream, which is even worse. Can't believe it. It was the worst live stream ever. Today's episode, all we're doing is watching crops fail. Yeah. Exciting, right? But I'm really hopeful it won't happen this year because we got the plants in nice and early. I'm surprised actually they're not ready. Very surprised. I'm wondering if that geo is being honest about when it, about the harvest time. Perhaps we could harvest, we should be harvesting later, and it's just got the yellow bar a little bit further along. I don't know enough about the geos. I would think if it's written there, then it's correct. It just seems slightly odd. Because you can see the fields are nice and yellow, ready to be harvested. So it seems a little bit odd that we can't. There we go. Right, we are almost done now. Like I said, I'm genuinely amazed at how much grass that was coming off this field. But it was a perfect field. No weeds, 3 applications of fertilizer. It was ploughed and limed. Basically the best crop of grass ever. The only way it could get any better is if it had come off directly as hay, which it's almost doing. This is a nice light colour. And this will be the last little bit here. And then we'll go and grab the windrower. And we can just get it moved in from the edge. There we go. Yeah, we can just move it all in from the edge, just to make it a little bit easier for later on. And we'll TED it as well. I know there's a few spots that were missed when, you know, just when we're turning, it can be quite difficult sometimes to actually get it in the right place. But they're very small. Oops. Wow, that was a terrible, terrible view there. Okay, cookie. Off you come. In fact, let's get you hooked up first. May as well. May as well take both tools to the field with us. Now, I think we might actually be in the wrong place there. We're a bit too tight to the wall. There we go. Oops. And so we'll put the other mower down and we can grab the wind rower. Don't know what I was about to say there. Rind rower, I think it was. Possibly. Good old rind rowers. Okay. So, oh, this guy's dragging. That's better. Yeah, grab that windrower. And off we go, back to the field. Okay, so this guy actually drops it out to the left-hand side. So I think we're going to go around this way. This would be the best way to do it, really. And then we're not doing much. We're just kicking it away from the edge, so that when we do the tedding in a moment, it's not all right up against the edge, because then it will kick, you know, into the road or into the trees. So it's better to just get it back into the field a little. And this is the reason why I actually have this windrower. It's the only reason. It's just to help kick it. Which is what it's doing rather well. Down here's a little bit more tricky though, I think. Basically, just have to stop. Yeah, by there. That should be enough. can just get ourselves in a better position without driving in the crop, of course. That was dangerously close, I'll be honest. Not actually what I wanted at all. Now, let's go for a nice overhead view so that I can see exactly how close I was, because I was a little too close to the trees here. Like I said, it's just to make sure it doesn't all fling into the trees or into the road, because then it really will make a bit of a mess. And not just making a mess, we won't be able to even pick it up. If it leaves the boundary of our field, we lose it. So it's better, of course, to keep it within the field so we can keep all the hay for us. And there we go. Perfect. So now we can get the tedder. Get this guy unfolded. It's not the world's biggest tedder, even. But it is big enough, definitely. There we go. It's just going to spread it out a little bit more. So as we go around this corner, we need to be very careful. We want to make sure we don't go flying into the road, like I said. Good. That's good. So we're just going to TED this section that I've gone over with the windrower. There's no point TEDing the middle, because as you can see, this looks exactly the same. That's because it has the exact same moisture content. That's the word I'm looking for. I was going to say dryness, wetness, or dampness, which I don't think are really the correct words. So yeah, this is just to spread out the bit that I lumped up, essentially. Let's spin ourselves round. We really need to stop doing that. I keep using the change gear pedal as a pedal for braking, which it does do, but it's not designed for that, so I need to stop it. There we go. So you can see we are kicking very slightly into the trees, which is why I wanted to bring it in the first place. This is working well, actually. It's working very well. We brought it in just enough to allow us to spread it back out a little bit as we're going past. And it will all dry nicely. There won't be any big solid lump. You see that there's some weeds that have already grown back. How on earth have they done that? I've literally just cut the thing. That's Farming Simulator realism for you there. And there we go. We are now all spread. So let's go and put this stuff back in the shed. That will be us done. Whoa, that was not good. Not at all. Yes, we'll go and put this back in the shed, and that will be us done for today because we don't have anything else to do. The animals are all good. Well, I think we can make that turn, can't we? No? I think, really, I shouldn't be using this shed for bigger tools like this. You know, they do work, they do fit. I have this sneaking suspicion that I shouldn't be doing it. Right, off and down. Now let's get out of here. Let's try and get him away from the wall, otherwise we get a bit jammed trying to get him off and on. PTO off, and drop. And you, my young friend, can come back out. So the only thing we've got left to do... No, we've got nothing left to do, actually. Nothing at all. So we'll put this guy in the garage, and we will go and take the afternoon off. If the hay is looking a bit closer to dry, then what I'll do is, before I finish recording, I'll just show you what the hay looks like. Otherwise, we'll see you next time for the next episode, when I'm really, really hopeful we can harvest. Look, we can. There we go. Perfect. So we can harvest next time. Everything is set up. That is perfect. So I will see you very soon when we can get cracking on some of these fields. Bye-bye.